This week is again filled with all sorts of news from Hollywood. While action fans get updates on the Expendables 4, there is also a lot of new images available for The Boys and Red Sonja. Moreover, you can learn what Dwayne Johnson has revealed about an appearance by Superman in the upcoming Black Adam. So, stay tuned and enjoy our new video. There was news about the popular Amazon series The Boys via Twitter earlier this week. On view are two completely new suits who should not be familiar even to die-hard fans of the comic book series. The reason is obvious, because these superheroes were indeed created specifically for the show. Mind you, after 24 episodes and 3 seasons, the comic book original has slowly but surely been used to the max. In the promo images, we see the Tick actress Valerie Curry and Susan Hayward, who is best known from Orange is the New Black. While one embodies the superhero Sage, who is said to already be 1,000 steps ahead of you, the other one is Firecracker and stands out for having a short fuse. According to showrunner Eric Kripke, we can look forward to both of them equally. They are supposed to be among the craziest additions he has made to the series so far. Officially, it is not known yet how the story will unfold after the end of the 3rd season. However, a conflict between two main characters seems likely, and the Compound B super serum will definitely play a significant role as well. We are eagerly awaiting further news, though a release date is sadly not yet in sight. The production of Transformers Rise of the Beasts keeps on making great strides. This week, 2 new well-known additions to the cast were introduced. On the one hand, James Bond actress Michelle Yeoh was presented. She has been an essential part of Hollywood for several years and has worked on numerous projects over the past years and decades. On the other hand, it was announced that US comedian Pete Davidson will take on a role in the 7th Transformers movie. Not only is Davidson a regular guest in various tabloids, but meanwhile, he is also an actor. Frankly, he never played major roles, and he probably won't ever win an Academy Award either. Yet, his fame is beyond dispute, especially since he is a full-time comedian and thus should not have any trouble with dubbing. Davison voices the role of Autobot Mirage, alias Dino, who can transform into a red Ferrari 458, and who some may know from Transformers 3. Michelle Yeoh, meanwhile, dubs the part of the quiet and self-assured Maximal Arizor. Stephen Caple Jr. is in charge of directing the film, and we cannot wait to see the final outcome. The movie is planned for release on June 9th, 2023. Black Adam will finally be released in cinemas in a few days' time after many years of production. Particularly due to the involvement of Dwayne Johnson, many can barely wait to finally see the grim and well-built main character in action. In recent days, a conversation between Johnson and journalist Jake Hamilton caused quite a stir, where the 50-year-old continued to raise spirits for the film. The two talk about what an encounter between Black Adam and Superman would probably look like, and that Black Adam would likely strike the first blow, but definitely not the last one. Speaking to Cinema Blend, Johnson also made the point of saying that the two would definitely clash in an upcoming film in the DCEU. He added that this was also to meet the expectations of the fans who have been hoping for such a spectacle for quite some time. We wonder whether we will see the return of Henry Cavill. After all, this has been one of the biggest fan requests for the casting of Superman. It remains exciting. At present, many premieres of Black Adam are running, and the US theatrical release on October 21st is also near. As soon as the hype around Black Adam has died down, we hope to have news about a film featuring both DC characters. For all MCU fans, there was a bit of a downer this week, as Disney surprisingly announced a number of long-awaited Marvel movies have been postponed, in some cases quite significantly. A proper reason was not given, however, we do have knowledge of creative troubles with respect to one of the postponed movies. This concerns Blade, starring Mahershala Ali, who was to embody the iconic character from the comic universe. Shooting was supposed to start next month. However, Bassam Tariq decided to quit his position as director in late September and take on the role of the executive producer instead. Given this news, it was only a matter of time before the release date was officially pushed back, which has now actually been done. What many were not quite aware of, though, is that this also messes up the entire film schedule of the MCU. And as a result, not only Blade, but also several other films are affected by the postponement. Blade is now due for release on September 6, 2024, causing Deadpool 3 to be pushed back by 2 months on November 8, 2024. We must also wait longer for the Fantastic Four adventure, which won't be released until February 14, 2025. The last 2 movies affected include an as yet unknown Marvel movie that will be released on November 7, 2025, and Avengers: Secret Wars, which is now slated for a May 1, 2026 release date. Especially for Avengers fans, the postponement is anything but positive, since both sequels were originally intended to be released within a short time of each other in 2025. Obviously, this is no longer going to happen, as there is now a year between the 2 releases, a bitter disappointment for many MCU fans. With such a finicky scheduling of movies, even small changes have a big impact. But at least we won't have to spend a lot of time waiting for the next MCU film. After all, the theatrical release of the last Phase 4 film, Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever, is already approaching on November 11th. Last week, Nintendo released the first trailer for the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie. Of course, the trailer has made massive waves. After all, just about anyone knows the famous Italian plumber, whether from the classic Nintendo platformer days or from later spin-offs like Mario Kart. When the signing of Jurassic World star Chris Pratt was announced some time ago as the voice of the always cheerful Mario, the reactions were rather positive. In the trailer, however, Pratt and his character get little attention, with fans instead admiring the powerful performance of Bowser, voiced by Jack Black. Sadly, opinions on Pratt's performance are rather negative, finding little approval among fans. Despite Pratt's superstar status, the community misses Charles Martinet, who unmistakably breathed life into the plumber and also dubbed other characters like Luigi, Bowser, and Donkey Kong. In addition, Pratt speaks without an Italian accent, which certainly sounds odd at first. The second point of criticism concerns the visuals of Mario, as he looks slightly different from what many fans had expected. Since the trailer's release, many suggestions for improving the visuals have been circulating, especially on Reddit. However, despite all the talk, it has to be said that the discussions surrounding the Super Mario Bros. Trailer are by no means the equivalent of a shitstorm, as was the case with the first version of Sonic. If anything, we are talking about nitpicking here. All in all, the movie adaptation looks visually appealing, and it will be interesting to see what other promotional content we will get before the release. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is scheduled for release on April 7, 2023. This week, Deadline announced new information regarding the extremely well-cast The Expendables 4. For a long time, it was unclear when the film would be released in movie theaters. Now we know that a theatrical release is already in sight on September 22, 2023, with less than a year to go. In terms of plot, The Expendables 4 is once again about the well-known mercenary team led by Barney Ross. This time, they have to deal with a current and volatile topic, namely a nuclear conflict between the United States and Russia. The film is sure to be an action-packed spectacle like the previous ones, with an impressive cast that fans of the genre can truly look forward to. The cast includes Sylvester Stallone as Barney Ross, Jason Statham as Lee Christmas, Dolph Lundgren as Gunnar Jensen, and Randy Couture as Toll Road. Other top stars appear in roles still unknown, including Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, and Transformer star Megan Fox. For Stallone, this will be his last The Expendables film. In further releases, Jason Statham will assume the role of the leader of the Expendables. The story was written by Moonfall author Spencer Cohen, while Act of Valor director Scott Waugh was in charge of directing. Shooting was already concluded in December of 2021. A first trailer has also already been revealed at CinemaCon, albeit out of the public eye. The Expendables 4 will hit US theaters on September 22, 2023. With release dates in other countries sure to be announced shortly. Arnold Schwarzenegger ensured that his role as Conan the Barbarian achieved worldwide fame. Then there was Red Sonja, who also appeared heavily muscled and fierce. Another movie about her has been in the works since the 2000s, and people have been wondering who could possibly replace Bridget Nielsen as a convincing actress. The answer is Matilda Lutz, and we actually got a first glimpse of her character in the past few days. Apart from the lead character and her sword, there is not much to see, but the overall impression is much more consistent compared to the original from 1985. Of course, since there are almost 40 years between the two films, a lot has been done in the area of CGI and visual effects, and thus, the trash factor is totally missing in this picture. Instead, it gives off a more confident and serious vibe. All in all, a good choice for a first teaser image that reveals a certain prevailing mood without giving away too much. Unfortunately, the latter also means that we are not able to guess any details about the plot yet. A release date is still unknown, but we will keep you posted on further updates. Now you are up to date with the latest news from the world of movies and series. But of course, we have even more to offer you. Besides other amazing videos and trailers, you could watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie trailer if you haven't done so yet, and thus form your own opinion on the matter. Wherever it takes you next, we wish you lots of fun.